Good evening on this beautiful blue skied evening. This is Susanne with another 45-minute Pilates class. You're going to use a block and 2 light hand weights. So I've got a 1 kilo hand weight there on the floor. But if you're used to using hand weights, you can do 1.5 kilos or even 2. But be careful with 2 kilos, they're on the heavy side. Generally, men can lift heavier hand weights than girls. That's only very general. So if you are a boy and you're doing this recorded and you're used to lifting hand weights, then you're probably going to use a 2 to 2.5 kilo hand weight, but you'll know pretty soon whether they're the right ones or not. Okay, let's start straight away. Place your feet hip-width apart and just stand really, really tall over the top of your feet. And then start with big shoulder rolls backwards, as always. Just checking out those shoulders, making sure that we know how tight we are in the area. Maybe there's no tightness, which would be quite lucky. Keep going, nice and big. Good. Pull the shoulders back and down gently and then lift those arms up. Look up to the ceiling and then look down to the floor as you bring those arms back down again. Inhale to lift and exhale to bring it down. Inhale to lift and exhale to bring it down. Go again, lift up, inhale and exhale, bring it down. Last one, lift it up, nice big arms and bring it down, and then widen your legs just a little bit. We're now going to bend our knees. We're going to bring our arms forward, and then on the way up we're going to widen those arms. Good. So we're going to take it down nice and slow. Shift your weight onto your heels and then come up. And what I want you to feel is how your bum cheeks are engaging. Take it down, inhale. And exhale to come up. Widen those arms. 2 more times. Take it down, inhale. Exhale to widen those arms. Last one. Take it down, inhale. Come on up, widen those arms and rotate into it. Back to the front. Take it down, inhale. Exhale, come up and rotate into it. Go again. My camera is struggling with the beautiful weather. I'm all fuzzy. And look over the shoulder. And go again. Take it down, bring it up and find that rotation. Do a couple more. Let me see if I can just change it slightly so that the camera doesn't struggle with the sunshine. That's it, and take it down and open up. Last one, take it down, lift up and rotate. Fantastic. Bring the arms to your side and then give me a side to side here. Breathe out and breathe in again. Breathe out and breathe in. What you want to feel here is just motion through the spine. You want to check how everything is feeling and think about length rather than leaning over to the side. So think about creating length in the spine. We're now going to stretch into it. Breathe out and then over to the other side. Do it again. And last one. Good, and then bring your feet quite close together. We're now going to step over to the side, and as we step over, we stretch into it. We bring it back to the center. And then breathe into the other side as you step over. Good, your knees don't bend. Keep your legs nice and long. Don't bend your knees. No knee bends. Keep your knees long. Step together. Step over to the side. Breathe out. Okay, 2 more. Step into it. Stretch. One last time. Step into it and stretch. Good. You stay as you are. I'm going to turn around so you can see what I'm doing. So I've got wide legs again. I'm now going to take my right leg and I'm stepping back with my right leg and I'm going to lift my right arm up to the ceiling. And I bring it down again. Do that with me. So your right leg and your right arm moves. Leg goes back, arm lifts up. And then back together again. Do that again. Right side. Breathe out. Good. Stand on your toes at the back. So some of you are standing on the full foot, stand on the toe. And what you want to achieve is an opening through the front of your hip here. So stand back and come back again. 2 more times on the right side. Onto the toes, reach the hand up to the ceiling. 1 more time, reach back. Good, and then swap over to the left side. Left leg, left arm, and bring it back again. And step back. Tucking your tail between your legs will give you the best stretch. Step back and together. Good. 2 more times on the left. Step back, reach up. 1 more on the left. Reach up and step back. So now we're going to combine the 2 movements. So we're going to step to the side with our right foot. Step to the side, stretch into it. Step together. Step to the left. Good. Now step back with your right foot and lift your right arm. And then do it on the left. Good. Keep going. Back heel is lifted here. Step to the side. Step to the other side. Good. And now go to the right side. Step back onto your toes. Reach up. Feel the stretch. And left side. Good. Keep going. Same rhythm. Step to the right. Step to the left. Step backward on the right. Toe is on the floor, heel is lifted. And then 1 more on the other side. Step back. Fabulous. And relax. Shake out your arms and your legs and grab your block. So if you've got a book, a heavy book instead of a block, then grab a cushion. And we're going to hold the block in front of our chest. Good. We're going to lift the block up and we're going to rotate underneath and come back to the front, and then swap your hands and do the other side. So we're doing big movements through the chest. Pull your tummy in, your hips are moving. Breathe out. Just nice big movement. Yep, make this as big as you can. 1 more where we go backwards. Good, and now we're going to change direction. So go down and up. Down and up. Make it as big as you can. Down and up. And again, down and up. Good job. And again, down and up. 4 more. 4, 3, 2. You got 1 more. And oh, I lost mine. And to the front. Good job. All right. Put yours on the floor again and exchange it for the hand weights. Exchange your block for the hand weights. Good. Pull the tummy in, tuck the tail between your legs. 1 arm comes forward, the other one goes to the side. I'll show you again. 1 goes forward, the other one goes to the side. Good. Make sure that your core engages. So your belly button is pulled in, your pelvic floor is lifted. You've got neutral hips, so the hips are facing forward. The tail is gently tucked between your legs. 1 comes forward, 1 goes to the side. Good. Upper body stays nice and still. Breathe out and breathe in. And again, breathe out and breathe in. And again, lift and lower. Last one, lift and lower. So go to the side with both arms. Lift and take it down. Lift and take it down. So at this point, if you're struggling with the weight, you would have to change to a lighter hand weight. Breathe out and in. It should feel as though you can feel your shoulder working, but it's not overloading it. Good. We're now going to lift and we're going to bend our elbows. Good. 1 hand comes forward and back up again. I'll show you from the side. The hand comes forward and back up again. The hand comes forward and back up again. Forward and back up. Good. Make sure the elbows are lifted. Make sure the elbows are lifted. Lift your elbows up. That's it. Better, better, better. Keep going. Keep the elbows lifted. So some of you are standing there with your elbows here. You need to lift those elbows up to shoulder height. Much better. Good. And we're not lengthening the arm forward. Have a look at what I'm doing. I'm rotating the hand weight forward. It's a forward rotation. Good. Can we do one down, one up? Breathe out. That's it. Keep going. Again, one for the brain. Good. You've got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then bring them down. Good job. It should feel like those shoulders have done a little bit of work, but you haven't overloaded them. You're going to give me a bicep curl. So the elbows are pulled into your torso. You're lifting the arms up and down. So for our biceps, which is the front of our arm, 1 kilo hand weights, they're really too light. So we're just doing this to get you in the mood, so to speak. We're going to go up, and then you're going to drop your hand weights halfway. Good. Now you're really going to pull your armpits towards you and your elbows. And now you're going to open up and close until the hand weights are touching. Open up. Close until the hand weights are touching. Try to feel this around your shoulders, particularly in the upper back. Pull those armpits towards you and close it again. You keep going. Open up and close. Now give me a triple pulse. So pull out. 3, 2, 1. And close it again. Let's go again. Pull out. 3, 2, 1. And close. You've got 4 more. Pull out. 3, 2, 1. And close. And again. Open up. 3, 2, 1. Good. And now we're going to pulse out there 15 times. Let's go. 1. Breathe out. 3, 4. Breathe in. 5, 6. Breathe out. 7. Keep that breath going. Keep pulling the thumbs to the back of the room. You've got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And relax. Good. Big shoulder rolls, please. Fabulous. Okay, drop the hand weights next to your mat on the floor. And then make sure you've got a little bit of space in front of you. So I'm just going to push my mat forward a little bit so it's out of the way. Balancing and working, okay? So if you're working on carpet, you have to make sure that you lift your toe up a little bit because we're going to be sliding our toe along the floor. So carpet can be quite sticky. So just make sure that you're aware of that. You might need to lift your toe up a little bit. So we're going to go down from a hip width position. We're going to go down into a squat and back up again. But the squat is not as steep as you can. So I would say go halfway down. Come back up again. Okay. Do that again. Take it halfway down. Come back up. One more time. Halfway down. Come back up again. And then hang on to your hip bones. Stand on one leg and just slide one foot out and back in again. Good. So we're not really weight bearing at all into that big toe. We're just sliding out and back in. So it's super light on the floor. Imagine you're doing this on sand and you're just leaving a tiny little trace on that sand. You're going to do 2 more. And 1 more, slide the foot out, bring it back in. Good. So what I need you to do now is I need you to bring your arms forward. I need you to come back down into that half squat. So your knees are bent. Stand on the same leg again and slide your leg in and out. Leaving a tiny little line on your sand. Keep breathing. So if you want to make this harder, you simply bend your standing leg more. 4 more. No weight bearing there, so I don't want to see any weight bearing. Really light. And engage your thighs, your bum cheeks. Last one. Out. Pull it in and come back to the top. Excellent. Shake out those legs. Hand on hip. Stand on the other leg. Bring it out and pull it in. So you're doing a really good job, but what I do see is that you're moving over to the side with weight on that toe. So keep that toe perfectly weight free. It helps you a little bit with balance to keep just a touch of sort of resistance on the floor, but I don't want you to push that toe down. So arms forward. Come on down into your half squat, hold it there, shift your weight onto the other side, and now go in and out. Make sure that knee is bending. You've got your weight on your heel, but you've also got weight on that big toe. And you're sliding weight free. You've got 4. If you want to make it harder, bend that knee more. And 3. And 2. You've got 1 more and 1. Pull it in and come to the top. Excellent. Shake out your legs. We're now going to do the same thing, but we are going to bring the big toe forward and we're going to do a semicircle to the back and a semicircle forward. Semicircle to the back, semicircle forward. Bring your feet parallel, arms come forward, come into your squat, stand on one leg, bring the big toe forward, semicircle to the back, semicircle forward. I need to come forward a little bit. Semicircle back and forward. If you want to make it harder, bend your knee more. Keep breathing. You've got 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. It's a bit more wobbly, this one, isn't it? And come to the top. Fantastic. You can have breaks whenever you need to. So stand tall. Balance and bring that leg around and forward again. Of course, you can always do this as well. You don't have to bend that knee at all, but if you can, I would like you to place your feet parallel. Bring the arms forward. Bend your knees. Shift your weight. Bring the big toe forward. Find your semicircles here. Keep that knee bent. Keep the breath going. Keep the toe light on the floor. As you've got 4 and 3 and 2. And then there's 1 more. Swing it to the back, to the front, and stand tall again. Excellent work. I think we're ready for the floor now. So, come on down onto all 4s. Start your cat-cow whilst I fiddle around with my screen. Sun has gone behind the houses, so I can open the curtains, get a little bit more daylight into this room. Right, let's go. Come on down and give me a cat-cow. So up and down, rounding your back and then lengthening the spine. Feeling the stretches in the front line and the back line. Good. And then I would like you in this position to come into neutral. I would now like you to imagine a line between your index fingers. So the index fingers align and your nose is going to land in the middle of that line. Okay? So you're going to bend the elbows towards you, come forward, touch the floor with your nose and push back up again. If you can't go all the way down, then don't go all the way down. But if you can, touch that point between the middle fingers and come back up again. Do it again, let me see it. Bend your elbow, touch the floor. Good, okay, and then relax for a moment. At the moment, you're all rotating your arm outwards as you come down. What I would like you to do is rotate the elbows towards your hips now. That was really good. But do that again. Rotate the elbows towards the hips and back up again. Rotate the elbow towards the hips and back up. Good, then come up onto your knees and shake out the hands. I'm sure you would all agree it's hard work on the wrist, so we don't want to do too many. So do 4 more or join in a higher level. So what I would like you to do is bring the leg out and up. And now do exactly the same thing. You're going to touch the floor with your nose and come back up again. Do it again. Touch the floor with your nose. Come back up. So that's a level 2. That's a little bit harder than level 1. Change to the other side. Extend the leg. Touch the floor with your nose. Come back up again. Good. 1 more time. Touch the floor with your nose. Come back up. Bring the knees under. Open them up to mat width. And sit back into your child's pose. Finding the stretch. Our hands are now wider than the mat. So place the hands on the floor next to the mat. And then take one hand and place it next to the other one. Good, yeah, keep going with that. So the hands are in this position, not on top of one another, but slightly offset. And of course, now it's started to rain, so the lights have gone completely. It's probably still sunny where you are. So you're diagonal, yes, not straight ahead, but slightly diagonal. Do the other side. Take the other hand to the side and then place the second hand next to that one and stretch into it. Feel it in your waist. Fabulous. And then come on down onto your backs, where you start with your pelvic tilts. So lie flat on the floor, with your feet fairly close to you. And give me pelvic tilts. Draw the two hip bones towards you and bring them back again. Breathe out to tilt. Breathe in to reverse. Making sure we're using the correct muscles here. So making sure we're not driving the movement through the bum cheeks. You're lifting the pelvic floor up. You're drawing that belly button in and you're tilting through the two hip bones. And you're pulling the pubic bone towards your rib cage as well. Make sure that you feel that you're engaging the triceps back of your arms and your shoulders. Good, and then let's peel the spine away from the floor. Tilt and lift. And as soon as your bum cheeks lift the floor, you need to start using your bum cheeks as hard as you can. Really clench, 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 clench. Keep tucking the tail between your legs. Inhale at the top, and then exhale to bring it back down again. Bone by bone, but making sure that we are supporting the bone by bone movement without triceps and shoulders. So you're not just allowing the spine to be pushed into the mat, you're giving that support with your feet and your shoulders. So be very careful, particularly with osteoporosis. You want to come down and really feeling those shoulders engaging into the floor so that the spine can travel almost pain-free. Not pain-free, almost weight-free. Say it right. Tilt again and lift it to the top once more. Good. Hold it at the top. I would like you please to find your right hip bone. And then you keep the left hip bone high, but you're dropping the right hip bone down. So you're stopping to clench on the right bum. And then clench the right bum again to lift the hip up. And then do the other side. Release the left bum cheek. And then breathe out to clench it again and lift the hip up. Inhale to release the right bum cheek. The left one has to work a little bit harder. And push the right one back up. Release the left side. Inhale. Exhale to push it back up. Keep it high. Inhale, release the right one. Exhale to push it back up. Last one. Inhale to release the left side. Exhale to push the left side back up. Good. With your shoulders very much engaged and your tail tucked in, you're now going to bring the spine down in one long line. Inhale. And then exhale to lift it straight back up again. But keep tucking your tail between your legs. Inhale down. And exhale, pull the pubic bone towards you. Inhale, take it down. Make sure you don't untilt your hips. Exhale to push up. Pull those two hip bones towards you. Inhale, lift the pelvic floor. Exhale, push. You're going to do two more. Inhale down. Exhale, push into the glutes. Last one. Inhale down. Exhale, push into the glutes. And then come down in one long spine onto the floor and pull your knees to your chest. Good job. You can give it a rock if you like. Okay, so I'm going to have to move down the mat a little bit so I can stretch out my arms. Good, and then I'm going to find my hand weights. I'm going to place my hand weights next to me. Good, at the moment I'm not holding on to them, they're just sitting there, ready for when I want them. Two pelvic tilts, Breathe out to tilt. Breathe in to release. Good, one more time, breathe out, and then you're going to hold that lower back nicely attached to the floor. Good, from this position, you're going to exhale to lift one leg up. Inhale, bring the leg back down again. Make sure you're not releasing your core engagement. Exhale to lift the other leg up. Inhale down. Good. I'm not holding on to my hand weights. Forget about the hand weights for the time being. Focus on your core engagement and the movement through the legs. So make sure your back does not bend away from the floor. So there is no arching away from the floor. The next one, you're going to lift. Take another deep breath in. And then lift the second leg up without any movement in the upper body. So your feet are now in a tabletop position. Next one, you're going to lift the arms up over the top of your chest. Good. If you need less, level 1, feet on the floor. We're now going to bend our elbows out to the side until the elbows touch the floor. And then we lift the hand weights back up again. Nice long neck. Bend the elbows, bring the elbows on the floor and lift them back up again. Bend the elbows, tap the elbows on the floor and lift them up again. Fantastic. Good. You're now going to hold the elbows on the floor and you're going to just rotate the back of your hands towards the floor and back up again. So be careful if you've got shoulder injury, you might want to reduce the range of movement. Keep the core engaged, keep the 2 hip bones pulled towards you. If there is any increased pressure into the lower back, you would have to place your feet back on the floor. Good, one more time. Rotate, bring the hands back up and lift them up to the ceiling. Good, long arms now. Pull the shoulders into the mat, draw the 2 hip bones towards you. You're now going to drop a long arm down and exhale to pull it back up again. Make sure the rib cage doesn't lift. Make sure the arch in your lower back does not get big. There's no air underneath your lower back and lift it back up again. Inhale down, and again, if you think this is building up pressure into my back, then place your feet back on the floor. Inhale down, exhale to pull it up. Really feel how, on the way up in particular, how you're pulling your 2 hip bones towards your ribs. Good, come on. Inhale down, exhale to lift. One more time. Inhale down, exhale to lift. Hold your arms over the top. Now you're going to start toe tapping. Tap the big toe on the floor and pull it back up again. If you need a break, have a break. Arms are still. Pull the shoulders back and down. Fantastic. Osteoporosis and neck issues, stay with this. Carry on. Everybody else, hold your legs for a moment and lift the head and shoulder up. Hand weights are now by your hips, almost on the floor, but not quite. And carry on with your toe taps. If the neck hurts, if the shoulder hurts, head back on the floor and carry on with your toe taps. Good, come on, keep breathing. Breathe out on the movement. And again, breathe out on that movement. You've got 4 more. And 3, have a break if you need it. 2. And last one. And bring your head down first, lift your arms, then bring one foot down, bring the other foot down, and then at the end, bring the hand weights down. Good. I held on to those hand weights really tightly. Good, good. Shake out your fingers if you've done the same as me. And then lie on your side with one hand weight close to you. Lie sideways, grab your block and lie down. Okay, so I'm going to get you into the position and then I need to turn some more lights on. Hand on hip, please. Make sure your hips are stacked. Make sure your shoulders are stacked. So the waist and the rib cage is nicely lifted off that mat. Good. And then I would like you to bring your feet forward. So I haven't changed the position of my knees. They're still forward. So I've now got a straight upper body and then my legs are at an angle. And then you're going to give me Pilates V feet. So they're outwardly rotated. So the toes are split open. The heels are together. You're going to bring the big toe along the leg. You're going to extend the leg and you're going to flex it down. Good. Keep going with that. Pull it along the leg, extend and heel it down. Keep going with that. Keep going with that. That looks good. Imagine you're a ballerina when you do this. So nice and elegant. Breathe out on the exit. Just a little bit more light into the room. I think that's a little bit better now. Good, and now you're going to reverse the movement. So lift the heel up, bend your knee and stroke it along the leg. Lift the leg up, bend the knee and stroke it along. Fantastic. 2 more. Lift it up, bend the knee, stroke it along. Keep that knee as wide open as you can. Lift it up, bend the knee and stroke it along. Fantastic. Good. Have a little rest for those legs. Pull the heels back in line with your bum. Good. And then grab your hand weight and place your hand weight here. So pull the elbow towards your torso again. You're now going to drop the hand weight forward. And on the exhale, you're going to pull the hand weight up. Good. Inhale down. Draw the belly button in, tuck the tail in, and feel the shoulders engage. Inhale down. Exhale to lift. Inhale down. Exhale to lift. Find the length in your spine. So again, my waist and my rib cage is lifted. I'm beautifully lined up. You got 2 more. Pull the hand up. You've got 1 more. Inhale. Exhale. Pull the hand up. And then lengthen the arm forward. Inhale. Exhale. Lift and find rotation. And bring it back again. Good. So do the first few slowly, and then you can pick up speed a little bit and just a little bit of rotation through that rib cage. Try not to drop your arm too deep down. So 45-degree there at the back is more than plenty. Try to find rotation through the rib cage. The hand weight will help you with this. If you've got a tight back or osteoporosis, allow a little bit of hip movement through the top hip. Bottom hip is nicely attached to the floor. So what I mean by that is your top knee shortens slightly. So pull the top knee back a little bit, just so it's not too stiff of a movement. But if you've got a healthy back, you keep those hips facing forward and you really, really tuck your tail in and draw that belly in to find a deeper stretch. Good, all right, let's do 2 more. Lift up and rotate. We've got 1 more. Inhale. Exhale, lift up and rotate. Fabulous. And bring that back to the front again. And then just place the hand weight on the floor. Good. Then lengthen your legs once more. Nice long legs. This time they're in line with your body. So all of you is in one long line. The hand for more of a the core has to engage a little bit more, hand on hip, or if you need stability, hands on the floor. So level 2 is hands on hip, level 1 is hand on the floor. You're going to lift the top leg up and you're going to flex and point your toes. Flex and point your toe. Good, nice. Make sure you're not wobbling and make sure the waist is lifted. So I can get my hand underneath the rib cage and underneath my waist. You should try the same. Can you get your hand underneath the ribs? Can you get the hand underneath the waist? Well, I saw you do. You were down here and then you lifted up and then you stuck your hand under, you took the hand out and then you placed it back down. So of course what you need to try to do is you need to try to lift that permanently. Not just in that moment where you check. So keep that lift and just push the back of your head back a little bit. Good, you're now going to hold it flexed. You're going to lift up. Make sure that the bottom line doesn't drop. Then you point your toe and bring your heels together. Flex, lift it up. Make sure your line doesn't drop. Point, bring it down. Really lengthen that leg. Flex, lift. Point, bring it down. Making sure the waist doesn't drop. And flex, lift. Point, bring it down. We're now going to reverse it. You're going to point up. And you're going to flex down. Good. Point up. And flex down. Keep breathing, please. Point up, check that your heels are exactly the same length. Good job. 2 more. Point up, flex down. You're going to point up 1 more time. Good. And then you're going to bring your flexed leg or flexed foot halfway. Good. Excellent. From here, you're going to pull the knee backwards, double pulse, and lengthen it again. Make sure you don't lose your balance. Pull it back, double pulse, and lengthen it again. Double pulse and lengthen. Good. Push the bottom leg into the floor and lengthen. Pulse, pulse, and lengthen. Feeling how you're using the hamstring, the back of your thigh, to pull the heel towards the back side, and how you're opening up the front of your thigh as that knee bends. 1, 2, make sure the waist is lifted. And again, 1, 2, lengthen. Last one. 1, 2, hold it here, foot is flexed, turn your toe up, turn your toe down, without there being any hip movement. Turn your toe down, turn your toe up. If the leg gets too tired, just have a break. Turn the toe up, turn the toe down. Good job. You've got 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. And now you can relax. Good job. Well done. Pull the knees forward and come into a seated position. I'm going to place my block over to the other side already. And I think I have a hand weight here as well. I'll bring that forward. So we're going to do some hip mobility. So you're going to sit behind your mat. So I'm currently sitting on my wooden floor, and I'm placing both of my feet onto my mat, quite wide. And then I'm going to take my hands behind me. Good, listen, your feet are super glued to the floor, but your arms are not. So what I would like you to do, I would like you to rotate your knees downwards so the knees are touching the floor. Good, and then come back to the center and do the other side. Good, and just move. So the whole upper body just sort of moves with it from side to side. Good. Don't forget your feet are super glued on the mat. They're not moving. Yep, and see if you can get those knees down. So if you can't get your knees down, you're going to have to work on that. So don't progress anything if the knees don't touch the floor. If you can do more, I'd like you to rotate the knees down, and then you're going to rotate with your body, and then you're going to bring both elbows on the floor, and you should feel a stretch in your bum cheeks. Then you come back up again using your arms, rotate the knees. Only if the knees are touching the floor, carry on rotating and bring the elbows down to feel the stretch on the other side. Good, and now keep going with that. So your feet are super glued, your knees are touching the floor. Find the stretch. Come back up again. Rotate. And come down. Rotate until you feel your stretch. So our last progression is doing the same thing, but no more arms. So my arms are not helping in that rotation. They go down for the stretch. Then my arms lift. They don't touch the floor anymore. Bring it over to the side and rotate into the stretch. Okay, we're going to do 4 more. Rotate. Take it down. Make sure you feel that stretch. So carry on rotating. So keep going with that rotation through the upper body, and then take it down for that deep stretch. Yep, come up. Rotate. Bring it down. Good job. And back to the center. And now you can unstick your feet and lie on your side, but the other way around. Lie down. Lengthen your legs. Hand on hip or hand on the floor, and bring the legs forward slightly so they're not in line with you, they're sticking forward. Bend the knee, extend and flex it down. Push the bottom leg down. Make sure your waist is lifted. Make it look really elegant. Stroke your big toe along the leg and then flex it down. Pull the knee to the ceiling, extend and flex it down. And again, pull the knee to the ceiling, extend, flex it down, swap direction, lift it up, bend the knee, stroke it along and back down, lift up again, bend along the leg, good job, and again, lift, bend along the leg. One more time, lift up, bend, good job, along the leg, and then pull the heel in line with your bum cheek. Grab the hand weight, Pull the hand weight against your torso. Rotate the hand weight down. Exhale to lift it up. Feel the shoulders work. Pull the tummy and tuck your tail in. Make sure that your head is on the block. Make sure that your waist is lifted. Make sure your rib cage is lifted. Good. Keep going. Inhale. Exhale to pull it up. Inhale. Exhale to lift. Feel the shoulders engage. Take it down and lift it up. 3 more. Take it down, lift it up. 2, 1, and lift it up. Beautiful. Bring the arm forward. Take a deep breath in. Lift the hand weight up and find rotation. You might have to pull the block back a little bit. Make sure that you keep super gluing your thighs onto the floor. Lift up and find rotation. Making sure you're not dropping the arm down. The arm is at 45-degree maximum. And then if you want more rotation, you find rotation through the torso. If you've got tender lower backs or osteoporosis, you allow a little bit of hip movement. But if you can keep those hips facing forward, you've got 2 more. Find that rotation. You've got 1 more. Find that rotation. Good. Bring that back to the front. Use your hand weight. Hand on hip. Lengthen your legs. Beautiful. Point up. Flex down. Make sure that your waist is lifted, your rib cage is lifted all the time, not just when you check. Pointy toe up, flex toe down. 2 more times. Lift, bring it down. Last one, lift. Bring it down, now reverse, flex it up. Point it down for 3. And again, lift, point it down, 2. Last one, lift, point it down, hold it, and flex your foot. Turn your foot up, turn your foot down. Making sure that your hips don't move. Good. Keep going. Make sure the shoulder don't rotate with the toe, so keep the shoulder pulled back. Press the bottom foot into the floor. You've got 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Good job. And relax. Well done. Good. Coming on to all fours. Hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. We're going into a cat-cow, finding that length. Finding the movement in the spine. Good. And then from here, we come up onto our knees. Give ourselves a big shoulder roll. Fantastic. And that's us done for Thursday night. Well done, everybody. Let me turn the recording off and then I can say goodbye to the people that were here in the live session.